The moment Jasmine Crockett flipped politics forever. Picture this. A closed-door fundraising dinner in Scottsdale. Wine glasses clinking, powerful people whispering, and one comment that was never supposed to leave that room. But someone recorded it. And what happened next turned a Texas congresswoman into a political force that even her harshest critics couldn't ignore. What you're about to hear isn't just about politics. It's about the moment when silence became strategy, when dignity became devastating, and when two words meant to destroy someone actually built a movement instead. The Silverleaf Club wasn't supposed to be a battlefield. Just 48 exclusive guests, expensive plates, and guarded conversations. Ivanka Trump arrives late, but radiant, work in the room like she's already running for something. The atmosphere is upbeat until someone mentions that loud one from Texas, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. That's when Ivanka leans back, sips her wine, and says it. She's ghetto trash. That's all she is. The laughter that follows is thin, uncomfortable. Not everyone's smiling anymore. But here's the thing about closed doors. Someone always leaves them cracked open. A young donor makes eye contact with a Hill staffer. Later that night, a text gets sent. Ivanka said something real nasty about Crockett tonight. You need to know. By noon the next day, the story breaks. The internet doesn't wait for confirmations. Within minutes, screenshots explode across social media. YouTubers jump on live streams. The headline reads, Ivanka Trump allegedly called Rep. Jasmine Crockett ghetto trash during closed-door fundraiser. But wait until you hear how Jasmine responds. She's in her D.C. office, catching up on committee work, when her chief of staff walks in holding his phone. He hands it to her wordlessly. She reads the headline once, then again, slower. She doesn't scream. She doesn't throw the phone. She just says, so, she thinks I'm trash. Her staff expects outrage. They expect a fiery press release. Instead, Jasmine does something no one sees coming. She schedules a live MSNBC segment for that night. But here's what makes it brilliant. She doesn't want prep questions. No pre-interview. No script. She wants America to see her face and hear her tone with no room for misinterpretation. The hours leading up to that segment are electric. Jasmine sits at her desk, scrolling through endless tweets. Some supportive, others disgusting. Then she finds it, a shaky cell phone recording from inside the Scottsdale event. 20 seconds of muffled conversation, then Ivanka's voice unmistakable. She's ghetto trash. That's all she is. Jasmine tosses the phone, like it burned her fingers. Her aide offers her food. She waves it off. I'll eat after I speak. When asked if she's sure about going live, she looks him dead in the eye and says, let me show them how trash talks. The MSNBC studio is tense. Jasmine refuses all prep, sits across from host Carla Menendez, and waits for the question everyone knows is coming. You've heard the leaked audio. The phrase ghetto trash has been trending all day. What do you want to say? What happens next is masterful. Jasmine doesn't blink. For 4 minutes, she speaks slowly, firmly, like a professor teaching a masterclass. She unpacks how words like ghetto were once used to trap entire communities behind red lines. How trash was a label assigned to anyone who made noise about it. She doesn't yell. She doesn't curse. She doesn't even raise her voice. Then she delivers a line that changes everything. When you say ghetto trash, what you're really saying is you don't belong in the room. But here's the problem. They can't keep the door closed anymore. So instead, they try to shame the people walking through it. The host looks stunned, but Jasmine isn't finished. And if being unapologetically black, smart, and sharp-tongued makes me trash, then maybe America needs to look in the mirror and ask itself who took out the garbage before me. Silence. Pure, devastating silence. The clip hits social media before Jasmine even leaves the studio. Within 20 minutes, it has over 400,000 views. By morning, it's at 3.8 million. Celebrities repost it. Professors cite it. But something deeper is happening too. In a South Dallas classroom, a teacher plays a segment for 13-year-olds. In Oakland, a barbershop plays it on loop. One man says, "This ain't just politics. This is about how we're seen, all of us." A retired postal worker in Grand Rapids sends it to her church group a message. We should talk about this Sunday. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Jasmine's influence swells, Ivanka goes completely silent. No statement, no denial, no apology. She posts a beach photo with her kids, caption reading grateful for this beautiful weekend. The comments underneath tell a different story. Thousands pour in, apologize to Jasmine Crockett. This isn't going away. The silence isn't strategy anymore. It's starting to look like surrender. Jasmine's campaign donations triple in 2 days. Grassroots money floods in. $10 here, $50 there. One woman from Minneapolis donates $3.17 with a note. It's all I had left after rent, but you're speaking for me. Even more shocking, longtime Republican donors start reconsidering their support of the Trump family. One writes publicly, when language like that goes unchecked, we all lose. Inside Republican circles, panic sets in. At a Palm Beach meeting, a senior strategist snaps. Why the hell did she say it in the first place? Even thinking it is bad politics, but saying it at a table full of donors. No one has an answer. Meanwhile, Jasmine does something brilliant. She stays quiet. No interviews, no follow-ups. She lets the clip breathe. Each time someone reshares it, the moment gets bigger and Ivanka gets smaller. But the real shift isn't happening online. It's happening in spreadsheets and conference rooms. 2 major donors from Austin pull their pledged $500,000 from an upcoming Trump-affiliated gala. The leak to Politico sparks panic with a headline. Funders begin to distance themselves from Ivanka Trump. Then comes the moment that flips everything. An encrypted email lands in Jasmine's inbox. Subject line, I was there. It was worse than reported. The sender worked logistics for the Trump family for 4 years. She agrees to meet secretly in Jackson, Mississippi. Sitting across from Jasmine in a private law office, the woman reveals the bombshell. She didn't just call you ghetto trash. What they did report was what she said after. Her voice shakes as she continues. She said, the louder they are, the dumber they sound. All they know how to do is posture and play victim. Let her bark on cable news. That's all she'll ever be good at. The room goes silent. The woman slides her phone across the table, showing a time-stamped email. She sent herself that night with the exact quotes. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't heat of the moment. It was cruel, deliberate, entitled. Jasmine doesn't release this bombshell to the press. Instead, she uses it strategically, letting certain political donors know through back channels. We have the full truth. You sure you want to stay on her side when it drops? 3 more donors pull out in 48 hours. The final act comes in the marble halls of a Senate hearing room. Jasmine is invited to testify at a hearing titled Rhetoric and Responsibility in Political Leadership. She arrives alone, no entourage, just a slim folder and a pen tucked behind her ear. When asked to make an opening statement, she leans forward, calm but unflinching. I'm not here because someone used an ugly phrase. I'm here because of what that phrase represents, who it targets, who it excludes, and who it protects. She continues with devastating precision. They didn't call me ghetto trash because I lack intelligence or value. They call me that to remind me and others like me that no matter how educated or elected we are, there are still people who see us as disposable. Then she delivers a knockout punch. Words matter not because they hurt feelings, but because they shape policy, justify behavior, and excuse violence. I'm not angry. I'm awake. And I'm tired of being the only one who has to explain why basic respect is not optional. The gallery erupts in applause. When a Republican senator suggests she's claiming the political system is biased, Jasmine meets his gaze. I'm not suggesting it. I'm living proof. After the hearing, reporters swarm her. When asked if Ivanka should apologize publicly, Jasmine doesn't stop walking. She can apologize or not. Either way, I'm good. Back in her office, her aide brings in a box of fan mail from kids across the country. Letters, crayon drawings, friendship bracelets. One from Savannah reads, "This is for strength." Jasmine slips the worn but colorful bracelet over her wrist and stares at it in silence. "This is bigger than a headline," she tells her aide. "This is legacy stuff." She glances toward the Capitol dome in the distance. silent and unchanged. But for once, she doesn't feel like she's staring at power. She feels like she is it. The words meant to break her had built something instead, a movement rooted in dignity, shaped by truth, empowered by every voice that refused to be silenced. Sometimes the loudest response is the calmest one. Sometimes dignity is the most devastating weapon. And sometimes, when someone tries to put you in your place, the most powerful thing you can do is redefine what that place actually means. Jasmine Crockett didn't just survive a political attack. She transformed it into a masterclass on how to turn hate into power, silence into strategy, and two ugly words into a movement that's still changing hearts and minds today.